Try to spend the whole M on some clothes. Got up on this, I sold out the show. Gonna like a pot on the stove. Yellow AP on all of them. I like when that wet on the toes. Picture me riding around in that rose. I put some ice on my wrist, it was swole. Still ain't got time with you.
I woke up and I'm feeling like a boss right now. I woke up and I'm feeling like a boss right now. I'm gonna hold it down, I swear. I roll up and I'm smelling like a right now. I do this for my rounds, oh yeah. Feel like in the real life, dripping on sauce in a good life. My feet up, got a bag for him with a visa. Pulling up the leader, getting that while I'm on the. She's a keeper. No play burritos. Get to the pesos with amigos. I cannot with no zeros. Don't you run out? No, I can't show you no love, baby. Yeah, I am a boss in the cut, Mayday. Bubbles and these models. It's poppin', I tip her. I skip her, I give her the. Girl, you on my line right now. Yeah, I can see the signs right now. Feeling like a boss right now. Feeling like a boss right now. And you just took a loss right now. Dripping in the sauce right now. Get a sprinkle up my style. I'm about to lock down. Feel like in the real life, dripping on sauce in the good life. You shine, I shine, and ain't nobody gonna take my.
Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Houston Texans and the Oakland Raiders. The children will grow, and it's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And we've got a penalty marker down here as he's able to get this only to the 20-yard line. This is going to put him back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. That often runs you into a penalty.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Back near his goal line. Here's Carr. And his first look is incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. James looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, no gain, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 15. I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Carr. Buying time to his left. Looking deep for Hilton. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. He's coming off a 3-interception performance last week, so certainly not how we wanted to start here.
Not at all, but this is where a quarterback gets tested. This is where we find out what he has underneath that jersey. Because he had a bad game last week. Can he shake off a bad start to this one and start to perform at the level he expects?
His throw caught at about the 5. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Kiki QT, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Texans have taken the early lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. On second down, here's Carr. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete here. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver, at its third down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open. And this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete.
You're mine. Hey, you got three.
On third and long, it's Carr. He's got the connection left side to Brown. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down. So on fourth down, here's Ryan Quigley now to kick this one away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 18. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
In on the stop, it's Tahir Whitehead.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing. Just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Watson now to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. The 21 yards there as they convert on third. Watson going to give this one to Miller. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double-team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3. Play action for Miller. Now Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. 2 first-quarter touchdown passes now for Deshaun Watson. And the Texans will add on to their lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get... And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Jadeveon Clowney able to drop him for a loss of 4. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Carr now to throw. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might... And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there. Carr to Nelson, 45 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
They run it with James. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Over the middle here, it's Hilton. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Ready to go now in the 2nd quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On first down, Carr. Flushed out right. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. The Raiders on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
They're going to go for it now, 4th and 2. Remember, they can still get the first down at the 1-yard line, though. They'll come out in the pistol. Here's James. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Raiders get a score closer. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. On the ground, it's James. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one.
And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Raiders are back within a score. And that moment we just saw, always so special for any rookie, the first touchdown of his career.
And there's nothing like anticipation, is there? You know he's been dreaming about it, thinking about it. It's been a part of every bit of his being. And finally, it gets done. He's got to feel great right now.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's going to take this all the way down inside the 40.
But when the highlight is shown of this play, all attention is going to be on the person running with the football. But how about the group as a whole? Setting up that big-time return, yardage that we won't even account for in the box score, may help them win the game.
Flush to his right. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
A first down carry now for Miller. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. And he rifles one incomplete. He was looking to get it to his running back, Lamar Miller. And it'll bring up 3rd down. But not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson dumps it complete to Miller. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that's going to make it 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
And he did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Now Carr. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And this will be covered up. Pretty good result. It'll be down at the 14-yard line. 1 minute, 53 ticks left to go in this first half. We'll come back to Oakland after this. On 1st down, it's Watson. And Miller with it over the middle. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Now he'll let this one go deep, right sideline. And that's caught inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. The Texans on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. A shotgun snap for Watson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10.
Go. Low. Yo, Chief. Purdue. 6-18.
They go play action here on 1st down. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. And they'll get him down here at the 23. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. The Raiders try to move quickly, try to get everybody back to the line. Carr to throw on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. On the right side, it's Hilton with a catch. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number one. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Carr now on first down. A dump off to Anderson. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Again, it's Carr. Looking deep for Hilton. This is caught at the 20. A big play there just before halftime. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. 43 yards. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, this from 34. And this one is right through. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And here comes the Texans now. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Come back.
To throw on second is Watson. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Forced out to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Texans will extend their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Here comes Nelson. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. That good for 22 and a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Throwing on first down is Carr. Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Texans scoop it. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. They'll try and get the run game going. This is Miller. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On first down, Watson. Flushed out right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. The Texans on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Watson now to throw. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On second down, here's Carr. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Kayvon Webster. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Cooper was the target there. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's got this down to the 35. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. Now a first down throw. Watson underneath for Miller. He's to the 10. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Lamar Miller, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game, and the Texans will add on to their lead. Extra point safely through. Back now in the East Bay. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. He goes underneath for Anderson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. Carr now on 1st down. And Cook has it left side. 12 more yards there and another first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Carr escaping the pressure right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 18. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They keep it with Miller on first down. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. He got maybe a half yard at most, but eventually they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The Texans on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now it's Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he's going to get this inside the 30. He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. Here's a give to Miller. And now Miller hit, and he fumbles.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. Watson hands this to Foreman. Shoves him aside. Shoves past another. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and minicamps.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. And now here come the Raiders. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. To throw on 2nd down. Carr. Dancing to his left. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And the Texans say they have it. They do. He let one slip away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
Well, we were out of practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a two-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. Two-hand. Oh, I get it. Two-hand monster. Both hands on the football, taking care of it, putting it away so the ball doesn't get dropped.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes.